Hey friends, so we're here today, well, at home, because we got a travel day. We are going to leave from our house here and we're going to take you along for the journey as we head to Disneyland Paris. Now we're driving over to Disneyland Paris, so we're going to show you everything along the way, what it looks like and how that process is and what you need to take with you. Because there's a few real things that you need to take with you. We're going to show you the process when you get to Folkestone. That is where you take the train from, and we're taking the train rather than a ferry, and then we're going to go from Folkestone to Calais and then onwards from there. The caveat to this is we're actually doing it in an electric vehicle because we recently bought an electric vehicle to help offset all the miles that we do for things like this essentially. So we bought a Tesla Model 3. I'm going to show you what that's like to drive, firstly, an EV all the way to Paris, and what the charging experience is like really, because I'm a little bit nervous about it, but having a look online, it seems like we'll be okay. So we're gonna head over to Disneyland Paris. We're gonna jump in the car, show you that process, and just take you along for the journey. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the video throughout and you do have a lot of fun following along with us. If you do enjoy the video, give us a thumbs up, do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot, and it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. Let's head to Disneyland Paris. And we are off. We're on the road. Just see the car. Like, look at this. It's got a glass ceiling. We're always breaking that glass ceiling. No, it's quite nice actually. Quite nice actually. It's really quite spacious. The glass roof does feel quite cool. It's very minimalist in here. And yeah, it's really quite nice, as you can tell by me recording. These cars are supposed to drive themselves, but I'm not doing the driving. Becky's doing the driving for now. Chauffeur, yes. Taxi service for me, thank you to Disneyland. Hopefully this will be a bit cheaper because the fuel prices at the moment are really expensive. So like, we've just left the house, because this is the cool thing with an EV, is you basically leave the house with 100% charge, which is like having a full tank, right? And it says that we're going to get to Folkestone with 66% battery. Like, the car does basically 300 miles, give or take, in the motorway, so motorway normally drops it down a little bit. But the cool thing is, there's a charger at Folkestone, a Tesla charger. So when we get there to the terminal, we're just going to plug it in for, 20 minutes, whatever, charge it back up to like 80 or 90%, and then go onwards from there. So it should be really cool. But yeah, let me show you like the cool thing here. So here we are. Like, we've got the stuff going there. It's having a little freak out over that traffic light there to the right. It's like, you can see all the cars around us. It says from where we live, it's going to take 2 hours and 3 minutes. We've been on the road for about 10 minutes or so. And there we go. She's not even utilising the acceleration on this car. We've got it on chill mode.
No, I'm being a good road user.
A good road user. But yeah, so like, if you, like, we can zoom out and then, like, that's where we're heading.
Let me show them one of my favourite features.
Go on then. The heated seat. You don't need the heated seat. Turn that off.
I do. It's nice to your back.
No.
Back pain. It's very nice.
We're gonna have a falling out. But yeah, it's quite cool. And then we've got, like, obviously, like, we've got Spotify down here. We can make phone calls, calendar. We've got an entertainment thing as well. We can check our energy usage. So that's how we're doing. So it's pretty cool. We're just really kind of getting used to the car. We've not had it long. This is the first long journey we've done in it. We're getting taken over by a VW transporter with bikes on the back. So it's going well so far. But yeah, look how minimalist it is. I love it. I love it. I'll pick back up sort of periodically throughout. I don't know if we're going to stop at services or not 2 hours. Might last. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So we're on the motorway now. We're on the... What are we on? We're on the M3, aren't we? And another cool thing is it's got what's called autopilot, which is quite cool. So it's tracking the car in front. This, well, it was tracking that Porsche a second ago. But it's tracking the... What is that? It's a Hyundai or something? I don't know, I can't really see it. And then it's going to keep up with the speed of that, and it's doing lane guidance for us as well. So that car's now going 63, 62, 61. He's slowing down quite a bit.
Hurry up!
Yeah, and our car is tracking that down as well, which is it's quite cool. So it's quite handy. This is going to be really nice on the roads over in Paris. And there you go, that's our blind spot check, which is great. And then back into autopilot. Please keep your hands on the wheel. Okay, will do. So when you are driving over to Paris, you've got to have or driving on the continent as a whole, really, I suppose, but France has particular laws in place which say you've got to have certain things in the vehicle. Now, one of those is a safety kit, which comes with like first aid, little triangle that you put at the back of your car, like if you break down the motorway or something. And you know, our car actually came with a little safety kit, so that's quite handy. But you do need a high-vis jacket, and you have to have a high-vis jacket for every occupant in the vehicle. So the safety kit that came with the vehicle, as standard, comes with a high-vis, and we just had to go and buy another one. You've also now, since Brexit, you have to have a little sticker that goes on the back of your car that says UK, and you can't have, I think, you can't have like the little EU thing on your number plate anymore. Now, because it's an electric vehicle, and it's new-ish, we don't have that anyway. We just got a little green one to the left-hand side of the number plate. So you know, you're pretty sorted on all of that. Those are the two main ones. You also obviously need to have like proof of ownership of the vehicle, so you should bring your V5. I haven't got the V5, it's not been delivered yet, but I've got the sales invoice, so I'm hoping that will be enough. If it isn't, then I'm gonna get in trouble with the French authorities if we get pulled over, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, other than that, like, it's quite easy. We're getting the train from Folkestone to Calais, which takes 35 minutes, I think. We booked it fairly last minute, so it was a little bit more expensive than we would have liked. But you can get them for, you know, 60 quid, 70 quid each way. It's really not that bad. And then you've got your vehicle as well. You can have 5 passengers in here, and it's not really an issue at that point. You can also bring like so much stuff back from, you know, like France with you. If you want to bring your wine and your cheese, you can bring that back. It's not an issue.
Or take your dog.
Or take your dog. Yeah, they have a pet care centre at Disneyland Paris, if you didn't know. That's pretty cool. So you've kind of got a lot more flexibility than flying over. Also, recently, I believe
That wasn't me. Just for the record.
she crossed the white line without. They didn't think she was being safe enough. They've also recently stopped the Eurostar going directly to Disneyland Paris as well. So it's a little bit more inconvenient getting the Eurostar now than it was before, because I think it goes into Paris Gare du Nord, and then you've got to change. And it's not a lot of hassle anyway, but by the time you've got yourself to King's Cross, St Pancras, got the train, which takes 2.5 hours, changed in Gare du Nord, got another one, etc, etc. You know, by the time you've done all that, it's basically like 4 or 5 hours anyway. And then you've got you're limited on what you can bring back because you've got your suitcases. Also, if you're taking 5 people on the Eurostar as well, that's going to be really expensive compared to taking 5 people in a car. It's just us, so it probably would have just been the same price, and it wouldn't have been that much hassle. But you know, I'm hoping with this is gonna be good. So let's see what goodies we brought with us for this journey then.
It's a surprise to you, isn't it?
It is. Right, pom bears. I love it. Absolutely love it. Just casually put those on the really flat dashboard, why not? Wouldn't be complete going to France without some croissants, pain of chocolate croissant things. I'm not sure actually how good an idea this is, stacking this up. Frappuccinos. We can't eat that. Mawams. Caramel wafer biscuits. Twixes. And Reese's peanut butter cups. Yes! These are one of my favourite things. So that's quite a good selection, Becky. Thank you very much. I'm quite looking forward to this Frappuccino, Mocha Frap. And to be fair, I'm really looking forward to those pom bears. So I'm looking forward to everything there apart from the Mawams. I have no desire to eat any of those Mawams.
The Mawams aren't for you.
Wow. Wow. I've been told. I've been put in my place. I'm not having any even if I want them. So we're going to stop at Maidstone Services on the way, and we've got 32 minutes, 27 miles until we get there. But then I'd imagine we're going to have like 15-20 minutes of other stuff to do before we can actually like stop and get out of the car. So we can stop here and then continue the onward journey. So we are back on the road again, just a very quick stop at Maidstone Services. We were in there 5 minutes. Couldn't have used the McDonald's if we wanted to, because there was basically like 2 coach loads of children. It must be like the French trips or something. Do you remember back in the day in like year 7 or 8? It must have been year 8, because they obviously needed a year to settle in and then get the money out of you for those French trips, right?
Wednesday's a weird day. They should be coming back from France.
Maybe they're going to France. Maybe they're going to France.
It's the same thing.
No, don't know. Anyway, I think that's the thing. But yeah, so that French trip vibe. So we're back on the road. We got 30 minutes to go until we get there. Apparently, really not too bad at all. Don't know. We might grab a bite to eat when we get there, because I think I remember there being a couple of little bits and pieces there. And by the way, if you haven't checked out any of our other Disneyland Paris playlists, I'll put a couple down in the description so you guys can go check that out. We've had a lot of fun over Disneyland Paris over the past year using our annual passes, and they've just put the prices of the annual passes up and taken away a lot of benefits. So this might be one of the last times we do it. I hope not. I hope Disney rethink their strategy here, because they're going to lose a lot of customers the way they're going with the annual passes. So it's quite sad. So we are nearly there. We're about 5 minutes or so out, maybe 10 minutes out. So we've pre-booked everything on the Eurotunnel website, and I believe now you've essentially got to get the train that you say. There is an option for flexibility, which obviously costs a little bit more, just in the same way that you'd have the normal trains from, you know, a normal train station. You have your anytime return, or you have your dedicated 8 o'clock. You know, we're going out at 8:20 in the evening, kind of a late one for us. But what they'll do is they'll give you a QR code that you scan, and then you get your tag when you get to the terminal. When you book it, they'll send you your information, your confirmation, all of that stuff, and then you actually have to upload all of your passenger information to their website beforehand, so your passport number, all your document IDs, date of birth, all sorts like that, and then you have it all prepared for when you get there. So we've just come off of the motorway. It says Channel Tunnel, and then So we're in the line for the passenger, the cars and things like that. This is the freight one, so all the lorries. And then we'll have a barrier coming up in a few minutes, I'd imagine. It's not as busy as it was last time. When we came here the last time, it was just as like they were doing all the Brexit border changes and whatnot, and you were queuing for ages in the freight thing. So now it just seems a lot easier. We've obviously got to go to the one that's got a green arrow over the top of it, and I've got all the confirmation, so we're going to go in this one, which will allow me to scan the document. And I don't know if we have to go to, like Becky said, a person, or it's an automatic one. I think you can do both, actually. So that's all sorted. There are automatic gates, but we didn't go to the automatic gates. We went to the there was a girl that helped us. I didn't know the registration number. I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. But we've got this like thing that we put in the front of our vehicle. We just put it there. It says put it with the letters facing it out. And we're now just kind of driving around. It looks like there's a lot of construction work around here. I don't know what's going on. It seems quite tight. You wouldn't want to take like a really big vehicle around here, like a Bentley or something. Oh, yeah, I'm assuming so. I wish I had a Bentley, actually. That would be nice.
Right, where are the chargers then?
Okay, so we do have superchargers here, and we're going to...
I guess?
Yeah, so if we follow this sign round for France, and hopefully this guy will move out of
the road.
The
No, he likes standing in the road. Enjoy.
No, he did not want to move there. He got told off by his friend.
Right, which space do you want me to?
And then we can just go in any of these, actually. Go to this one here.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, and the handy thing here, because it's a Tesla one, we don't need any apps, but...
Oh yeah, that's the way.
It's not going...
Easy, look at how easy it is, as per my demonstration.
This is not happening. Hold the camera, hold the camera. This is not the one.
What's going on?
Wrong one.
What's wrong with this one? Can't we use this one?
No. What's going on?
Edit this out.
Ah.
Oh,
Yes.
as just like magic.
Just like that. Well, that was a fact, wasn't it? Right, and then, yeah, we just plug and play. We don't need any apps or anything for the Tesla. Pick up everything. Just we go. Great. And then, yeah, and then it's charging. So, yeah, here we've got, like, fair chunk of stuff. Pet reception. We didn't bring our pet, sadly. It doesn't look like it's open, actually. You've got those chargers, the Tesla ones. They're actually putting some more in next to it. NVV, whatever. So they're going to have quite a few. Passenger terminal, bienvenue. Bienvenue. Do you remember that? The BNBN. Oh, I remember BNBN. Right, so we got World Duty Free, which is quite cool. It feels weird, this, you know, being at kind of an airport, but you're not actually at an airport. It's very weird. It does smell a bit like an airport, yes. Lyon, Burger King. You got Le Gare Bar and Cafe. You got Starbucks. And then we'll take you around in this a bit. The girl said we're going to be about 40 minutes before boarding. It's a bit of a shame that some of this is closed, really. All of it's closed apart from Burger King. Yeah, that's true. Ooh, chili heatwave chicken fries. Chicken fries. Yeah, I think we're going to get some chicken fries. And I think, yeah, chili heatwave. Although the normal ones were really bad. I did not rate them at all, but I kind of fancy chili heatwave ones. And then ours is at like, I don't know. She said it was like 20 past 8, 24 minutes past 8. Just give you a little bit more of a tour of what you've got here. So you got Starbucks, loads of seats, tunnel treats, bubble waffles, donuts and milkshakes. Loads and loads of tables and chairs. Last time we came here, there was a Guess Who here, a French Guess Who. It's a bit sad that that's gone now. Actually, you've got diagrams of the Eurotunnel and what they did, how they made it, what it looks like, the terminal and whatnot. WH Smith's, and then you've got bathrooms as well. AA, travel accessories and advice for driving in Europe. And that's kind of it, really. Not really too much here. It's quite simple. It's not like an airport where you'd have 25 different restaurants and loads of duty-free and shops and whatnot. It's just quite different. But yeah, we got a Burger King and that was very expensive. It's £26 for 2 burgers, 1 lot of fries, some chili heatwave. I said I was going to get those. And we upgraded the fries to the loaded fries. So go back over there and show you what we got. So loaded fries. What did I get? It was like steakhouse. Yeah, crispy chicken steakhouse. Chicken fries, and Becky's got a chicken roll. £26. Burger King is so overpriced as it is. And then you're at like what's essentially an airport or services basically, so it's even more expensive. Not worth it, but we don't want to eat too much. Well, this is the only thing that's here really that's open, so it was either this or go and get a packet of crisps from WH Smith's or Starbucks. You'd get less for your money even actually over there. We've got ourselves the new waffle cone frappuccino. So I got a chocolate cream waffle cone, I think it is. Becky's got the chocolate coffee waffle cone, I think. Something. Oh, they've got so many like real long names now. Looks really chocolatey though. Our car is basically fully charged. We called him Baymax. So we're gonna go and take him off because he's our friendly companion. He's fully charged, which is nice and easy. So we finished charging, as I said. It's at 100%, which is nice and easy, because if we had come to the border, we wouldn't have charged here. Well, we wouldn't have topped up here, like petrol, diesel, whatever. So it's at 100% now. We've essentially got now 330 miles, it says. Which is pretty good. That would get us all the way to Disney. We're not going all the way to Disney tonight. We're stopping at a hotel just before, because Disney hotels are really expensive in the summertime. So we're sort of trying to do it a little bit cheaper by staying an hour outside tonight, and then we'll drive there in the morning.
And break the drive up a bit.
Yeah, 'cause otherwise would be like 6 hours. But yeah, we're X3. We've got like, I don't know if you can see just here, we've got a screen and we've got like kind of keep an eye on that. And that will tell us when we board the train, basically. I'm going to do the driving now on, at least onto the train, and then we'll decide whether Becky drives the other side. We don't have to do, at least with the Tesla, we don't have to do the headlight deflectors that you have to do with some other vehicles. You're supposed to put stickers on to stop it from like blinding people, basically. But it's, so far so good. It's been really easy, actually. Yeah, and as I said, the vehicle is called Baymax. It's a Tesla Model 3, so we actually called it Bay, as in like, hey Bay, how you doing? Max, with a 3, so BA3 Max. Isn't that fancy? It's pretty cool. Disney. We're Disneyfying our car. I need stickers or something in here. Maybe I should put pop vinyls along the...
Definitely not.
I'll do it anyway. Right, let's go and see if we can get on the train yet. So this is a screen that we were talking about. There's a couple of them in the outside car park, but there's also a couple inside as well. And just as an FYI, this has worked out really well. The amount of time that we got here, it gave us like 50 minutes. We had enough time to charge the car, get some food, and we've just moved, and it said we got 9 minutes. Please have your passports to hand, it says, so we've got to get those ready in just a second. And then, yeah, 35 minutes on the train or so. So we've just done British passport controls, and that's sort of this over here, the canopy. You do British passport controls, and then you do French passport controls straight away after.
It's so flying.
Do the window up because our tickets are flying away. Yeah, so you do British passport control, then you do French or European passport control, which it's really not too hard. She's just like, where are you going? France. I guess I want to say obviously, but I suppose you can, in theory, just go anywhere in Europe now. So if she was looking for the answer in France, that's what it was. And then, yeah, straight onto the train. It's really quite easy, isn't it, actually?
It wasn't on the train yet.
No, we're not on the train yet.
It wasn't this easy last time.
No.
No.
It was busier last time. Much busier. This is weird. It's like summer. You'd expect it to be busy. I suppose kids are still in school when we're recording this at the moment.
There was an issue as well last time, wasn't there?
Yeah, there were a few issues.
Was.
Oh, wasn't there strikes or something? Oh, yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
But now there's riots, aren't there? So there's always something in France.
I've got to show you this amazing looking seagull. Check this out. He's a pancake seagull. Look at him.
Mine.
Mine. Fat little chubber. See you later. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Gone. So we made a mistake. It said based on your vehicle, you should be allocated a single deck. I think it's because of the weight of the vehicle, because the batteries are really heavy. If you have a look here, it says large. I didn't realise. I went down the normal one, and now they're having to faff around with us, and we've moved like all the way to the front of the small car queue, and then when the departures have happened for the next train, he's going to like open the barrier, and then we'll go to the large one, basically. I think that's what's happening. But look at your ticket and follow it, basically. Rule of thumb. I didn't do that. That's my fault. I didn't really think about it. I didn't understand that, you know, I thought, oh, it's a normal size vehicle, because it is. To me, it's a normal size vehicle. It's a normal car. It's like a same size as a 1 Series or 3 Series BMW, something like that. But yeah, I think it's the weight. So they want to just put us on a single level rather than the dual height ones that they do. So yeah, lesson learned at least. We won't be doing that again, will we? So we're just getting on the train now. Oh, this one's got graffiti on it. It's quite cool. Very cool.
Oh, scary. Oh, don't scratch it. Oh, careful.
Goodness me. It's weird, isn't it? With the double height thing.
Oh, we're going all the way down. Fast on, fast off.
That's true. That's true. We are going to be right at the very front. I guess that's what happens when you make a mistake. Look at this setup. iPad over the top of the screen, and then we can watch whatever we want. I got to find... We're watching Chucky at the moment, the horror show. I don't know. It's in the Sky app. Where does Sky go? Oh, here we go. Sky Go. So downloaded that already, and then there we go. It's quite cool, and this is like just hanging on here. It's great. We are right at the very, very front of the dual height one. It's making us feel like the car is really small though, because everybody behind us is in like 4x4s and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool though, pretty cool. Becky's like completely reclined in the chair. I don't think it could be any more of a bed if she tried. I'm tempted to do it myself, but see how this goes. It's gonna be 30 minutes. Let's start this episode now. So we're right at the very end, the first and last coaches. You've got toilets right down the end, but we're nearly there, so there's not a lot to show you. I'm just going to show you, get back to the car, because we're basically like there. It's pretty dirty, but that's France right there. En français, and it's still light, which is nice as well. They've just separated the train. Like that was where the toilets were just a second ago, and now we've got like perfectly clear sky. It's really weird because also the car still thinks that we're in Folkestone, which is really strange. So
Let's hope that this changes, because that's a long old way.
yeah, we didn't expect it to be that long. This is really cool. Look, the whole train's
Goodbye, toilets.
opening. We've got this fence opening, and I'm assuming then what will happen is these two bits on the side will separate. This must be really confusing for this guy, like every time. Well, not confusing him,
I
but
feel like he just does it every
he's
day
just
now.
like, yeah, whatever.
Casually, the train's just separating itself.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, there we go. The door's open, and then
Then the flaps will go down.
yeah, and then we come out on the other side of the road. It's really strange.
Yes, let's not forget to drive on the other side of the
Yeah,
road.
don't forget that if you come over. Yeah, guys. I think we're
One of the essentials.
there. We go. Flaps down.
He said you can go.
Lower flaps. And then we are out. And we're the first off the train as well because of our mistake. Lights are on. We're in Calais. It's just changed. It says it's going to take 3 hours and 35 minutes now to get to where we're going.
That's a long old way.
It's a very long journey. I don't generally like doing more than 2 hour drive at a time, so not sure how I feel about this journey, but
Last time we did this, we stayed in Arras, which is there. So I feel like that was a more manageable. That was an hour and a half or so off the train, wasn't it?
yeah,
And we did a bit more in the morning.
yeah, not sure this was the best of ideas, but hey ho. Okay, so we've actually like properly got off the train now, and we've put it in the sat nav. It's gone down to 2 hours and 28 minutes. So it was originally saying 3:45. Maybe that was because of the time difference then. Maybe it was like, oh, it's going to be 3 hours and 45 minutes because of the time difference. It hadn't changed the time. So it actually would have been like 2 hours and 45 minutes. But it's now 3 hours and 45 minutes. So yeah, anyway, it's actually not as bad as we thought, but it's still going to be 20 to 1. So we're going to go through like the sun going down and everything like that. We've come after work, so you know, it kind of is what it is. If you guys can come during the daytime or something, then obviously this is going to be a lot easier drive, but you'll have more traffic. So you know, it's horses for courses really. What do you want? Do you want to get here in the light? You'll have traffic, or do you want to get here in the dark really late apparently, and then you won't have any traffic, so it's up to you. Alright, so we are probably about 2 hours in at this point. We've been driving. The autopilot on this has been an absolute godsend. We've had a few back and forward like contraflow, which is a bit weird, contraflow in a different country, because you're then just driving on the right side of the road again, which is weird, and then you've got to like rethink and go back to the other side. But we've got 34 minutes to go, 33 miles to go. Where we're staying is the Ibis Budget in Senlis. It's basically like right off the motorway. What we've done, we've got a Tesla supercharger literally next door to the hotel. So the plan, fingers crossed, all goes to plan. We're going to get to the hotel, we're going to plug the car straight in, go in, check in essentially, just untuck the bed sheets and whatnot and get ready, and then go and unplug the car once it's at 70-80%. It says we're going to get there with 34%, so we're not really doing too bad, to be fair. It's been quite a good, albeit long journey. I would recommend, if you can, if you live closer to Folkestone, maybe get the 7:30 train or something like that, so you get in at 11:30 as opposed to midnight or something like that. But it's been an easy journey. This has been really easy so far, because it just keeps going, 100% charge. We're doing well. So we've arrived at our hotel, the Ibis Budget, and we've also arrived at the Tesla supercharger as well, which is quite useful. So again, same experience. I managed to get this one off straight away. You just take the first one out at the top there, because it's a CCS charger, and you plug it in. It's on the passenger side, and then we're in. We're charging now, which is really nice and easy. And it will tell us, it will actually charge us in euros now as well. There's 55 minutes remaining to go to fully charge, but I don't think we're going to do fully charged necessarily. But pretty cool, nice and easy. And as I said, the hotel is right there. One thing that was a little bit tricky, this whole entrance here is so skinny. Like coming down there, it was quite tight. When you're like doing it on the opposite side of the road, very weird. Oh, there's actual like slow chargers here as well. So if you don't have a Tesla, you can still charge it there. But I imagine there's a lot of Tesla drivers that come to this hotel because they do exactly what we're doing. The Ibis Budget in Senlis, this is. There's a McDonald's just around the corner, so I might go to McDonald's in a minute, but it's very late now. So we finally got into the room. We had a bit of an issue there. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of the room. It actually looks quite nice. Small bed, little very, very tiny desk there, tiny TV, but we're only here for the one night. So I think, really, that will do. That's a kind of weird looking, oh, superchargers right there. Aha. There were a bit of an issue with parking. There wasn't any parking, which kind of sucked, but I think that'll do for one night, won't it? What do you think of the room, guys? Not bad. So we're checked in. We've finished our travel day there. Fairly nice hotel. We got these lights here, which are quite cool. It was an interesting day, actually. The travel to here wasn't too bad at all. Longer than we anticipated. We didn't really think about that. The issue we had here, though, came into the Ibis Budget here. Looks all right. Supercharged outside, so we're happy with that. It's good. Let's put the car on charge. Let's go and check in, and then let's go and get a McDonald's or something, right? Get to the front desk. You haven't reserved. I haven't got a reservation for you. Okay, right, great. You need to call hotels.com. It's not a problem with our system, it's hotels.com. It's all hotels.com, nothing to do with our system. As there were also 2 other guests at reception who were in the exact same situation but had booked on different websites as well. So that to me says it's an issue with Ibis, not an issue with hotels.com, booking.com, whoever else was used to book these reservations, you know. Ibis needs to sort this out. There clearly is an issue. And the receptionist on the front desk, a gentleman called Hyder, was the most unhelpful person in the world, took zero responsibility for the issue there, and just, it's all everyone else's problem. It's hotels.com's problem, it's booking.com's problem, it's Expedia's problem. It's not got anything to do with Ibis. You've got 3 different companies, mate, that are all having the same issue. Nothing to do with Ibis at all, huh? Which is annoying because that kind of soured everything, and it's now 1:20, which 12 UK time, but it's still late. We've obviously been up for a very long time now, and this guy has not taken any responsibility, and he says, oh yeah, this has happened before. We've had guests that have just slept in the lobby overnight because they get here at 3 or 4 in the morning. No, that is not funny. People have paid £60, £70, £80 to get a reservation. They're not just going to use your like automated check-in service and pay for another reservation when it's your problem that they haven't got one. It's really ridiculous. Sorry, we're just getting ready for bed because, yeah, I'm fuming about all of this right now. It's really, really irked me. Ibis needs to sort it out. It's a real shame because the room, we stayed at a B&B hotel in Arras before. This is nicer than that, I think. This has got a nicer feel to it, decor-wise anyway. More kind of industrial. So the hotel's nice. You just get a real awful receptionist who don't take responsibility in systems that are down, and it sours everything, right? So anyway, hopefully it's given you an idea of at least how to do all this and whether it's at all even possible in an EV. It has been, really. I've just charged back up to 100%. It cost me, I think, like £12 or something, which isn't too bad. So the whole journey really has cost us about like 20 quid, 25 quid. And that's whilst electricity prices are really expensive as well. So one thing to bear in mind actually is tolls. The toll from Calais down to here, Senlis, was €20. We hadn't factored that into our budget in at all. So that was a surprise. We took the ticket and then you put the ticket back in when you get to the end and then it charges you. So you kind of pay per mile essentially. And yeah, it was €20. So it was a long old journey. But yeah, we just hadn't factored that in, unfortunately. So think about that when you're budgeting for like Eurostar or fly-in or something like that, because you've got to do those tolls. But yeah, hopefully it has given you that good idea or not. If you have enjoyed the video throughout, give us a thumbs up. Do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.